Good afternoon, everyone. Today is November the 9th, 2025. The year's almost out of here, like finito. It is 10:52. Cut that back off. And so I was just like, let me turn on the camera. I'm just sitting outside in the car because I was trying to clean up the car and get the car straightened out. Get over here from that road, Kross. Come on back. And so, I don't know. I was just trying to clean out my car. I got to get my car detailed. Because when I tell you kids will mess up a car, they will do just that. They will do just that. But anyway, they got it a mess in here. Cheetos, chips, candy, stuck to the floor. Just, I need to get my car detailed. Now, my other car, I did get that detailed at one point in time. I did get that detailed. But now I got to get this one detailed. Like, really bad. But anyway, today is November the 9th, 2025. It's just so much has happened this year, and it seemed like this year came and gone. It's just like whoosh. And so it's like I've been running after the year. It's like I've been running after time, just running after the year, trying to catch the year, you know. And I don't know, it's just like the year started, and then like in a blink of an eye, it's about to be over with. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, time is just like, you're chasing time. You're chasing time. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I had to make a very, very, very important decision. I had to make a very important decision yesterday. I was at work, and I got a urgent call about my kids. And so when I got the call and learned about everything that happened or whatnot, I was just like, oh my God, I gotta get home. I gotta get home. Like, there's no way I can just not get home to my kids and get to my kids. So I've never, in all my years of 15 years of working, of being a nurse, this is only the second time that I actually had to leave work early. 15 years. This is only the second time that I had to actually leave work in the middle of my shift. So you know it had to have been something real urgent, real important. I just never believe in like ditching your shift. Like, once you start your shift, you had to do your 12 hours. You had to do that time. You had to do your 12 hours. You had to do that time. And I just never believed in clocking in for work and be like, oh, I got to go. I got to leave. So in all of my 15 years work, it's only the second time I've ever had to just like ditch work in the middle of my shift. Like, I had to go. But so I got an urgent call about my children yesterday, and so I told my my supervisor, I was like, I got to get home to my kids. It's urgent. And it was urgent. And so on my drive home, I had to really, y'all leave that alone. Cover him over there, Kross. Kross, cover him over there, leave that alone. But I had, on my drive home to get my kids, because my kids was with the babysitter, I just had to like really just think about, okay, Sheena, you're working 2 jobs. You're working at least 6 days a week. You're trying to get back on track with your bills. You're trying to get caught up. A dog?
Yeah.
It better not be no dog up under that house.
Yeah, it was a bad one.
Lord, just stay away from over there, please. Stay away from over there, Kross. Just get on the step, because it may not be a dog. It could be something else. A big rat or so. Okay, keep thinking it's a dog. Get on those steps over there. Don't even go over there. But anyway, so I'm working 2 jobs, and I'm working at least 6 days a week. And I had to really just kind of just reevaluate, because when you're a single mom, I'm a single mom. I don't have help with my kids except for the babysitter, and she babysits when I'm at work. So I had to step back and I had to reevaluate, you know, my life and my choices and my decisions. Because when you have kids, you can't move selfishly. You can't move to benefit yourself. You have to put your kids first. Okay? And I don't have kids like, I don't have older kids. I've got babies. My oldest baby is 5. The twins are 4, and the baby just turned 2 this year. So when I move and I make decisions, and I have to put my kids at the forefront. I have to. That's just in me to do. That's just in me to do. And so on my drive home, I was like, Sheena, I mean, like, you got 4 babies and you're trying to work 2 jobs, and that's taking up 6 days a week. Where do you have time for your kids? If I was a mother with 1 kid or no kids, I could do that. I used to do that. I used to do that years ago before I started having kids. I would work 2 jobs, and I would work 6 days a week. Sometimes I would work double shifts. I would pull a 12-hour shift, go to another job, and do another 12-hour shift. Yes, it's feasible. You can do that if you don't have kids. So I had to like just reevaluate. I had to say, Sheena, listen, what you're doing is not feasible. What you're doing is not doable because you have 4 babies. So I was like, you're going to have to give one of these jobs up. You have to be more present for your kids. You have to be more attentive to your kids. You have to have, you know, time with your kids. You have to have time for homework, cooking supper. You have to have time. So as much as I want to work 2 jobs and bring in the double income, as much as I would love to do that, it's not feasible. It's just not feasible. It's just not feasible. And so I had come to the conclusion, like, Sheena, you have to give up one of your jobs. You just have to. You can't do both. You can't. And as much as I wanted to, and it broke my heart to, you know, give something up. Especially, I've always been the type, like, the first real job, I'm not going to say the first job, the first real job I ever got, I stayed at that job for like 11, 12 years. Because I was the type, I was dedicated. And it's not because I couldn't get another job, or it's not because, you know, I wouldn't qualify for other jobs or whatnot. It's just like, I always believe in dedication. I always believe in being a part of a team, being a part of a job, being dedicated and giving my all, giving my time, giving my knowledge, just being present. I've always believed in that. I never was. Okay, I'm back. My camera fell and it might fall again. I need to get another car mount because this one right here, this ain't cutting it. That's why it was only $5. Because it ain't going to do what it's supposed to do. I need to get that car mount that I had before, baby. It wasn't falling or going nowhere. It was double. It was about $10. But, baby, when I tell you it's stuck. This one here falling all on the floor. I can't even make a video. But anyway, like I said, I always believed in being a part of a team, giving my all, being present, bringing to the table, you know. And I stayed at that job for 11, 12 years before I decided that it was time to move on and it was time to branch off. And I felt bad then. But when I started having kids, y'all come from over there. Come on. Come from over there. But so for me to have to, but when I started having kids, everything changed as far as like perspective. Everything changed. Yeah, my job is important, but my kids are more important. My kids are more important. And that's just like, you know, the downside of things. Like when it comes to working and having kids, sometimes you have to give up a little bit, you know. I'll just hold it. The devil's working, baby. He don't want you to make no video. He don't want you to make no video, no inspiring video. He working. I'll just hold it. But anyway, because he keep falling out the mouth. But anyway, I just had to think long and hard, and I was like, Sheena, you have to give up. You have to give up one of them. But God, he works in mysterious ways. God, he works in mysterious ways. Sometimes I've learned, because when I really just when I really just take a step back and I really just look at my life and I really just evaluate my life, like, he's never closed one door before he's opened the other. God has never done that for me. He's always opened one door before he closed another. And a lot of times he know that it's time to close a door and move on before you do. You're trying to keep a door open. You're trying to stay in a situation, and God was like, it's time to move on. It's time to go to the next step. It's time for elevation. And when I got that call about my kids on the way home, I really realized that I was like, Sheena, he's closing this door because it's time to move on. You know, it's time to move on. And I was like, it's okay. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to leave. It may not be under the best circumstances. It may not, because I wanted to finish my job. I wanted to finish my contract. And I had like 2 months left, and that would have made a whole year under a contract. 2 months would have made a whole year. But sometimes God says, Sheena, it's time to move on. It's time to close this chapter. It's time to close this door. And it's time to elevate. And I've learned that I have to be in acceptance of that. When God says move, when God says move on, when God says walk away, you have to be in acceptance of that. You can't fight what God is trying to do for you, because you're making it harder for him. Just accept it. Be at peace with it and move on. And so I slept on it, and I woke up this morning. I was like, Sheena, just close that chapter. Just close that chapter. You've been at that job for almost a year under contract, and you gave what you can give. But, you know, sometimes you have to take a step back and reevaluate. And it's taking time away from my kids to try to do both. It's taking time away from my kids to try to work 2 jobs. I'm not a independent. I'm not a person, just me anymore. Years ago, I could do it. Years ago, baby, I would work 2 jobs. Sometimes I would work 2 12-hour shifts before I even go home. And so, y'all come from over there for a rat or whatever and they get at you now. Don't come running at me talking about you don't see the dog. Ain't no dog under there. Might be a rat. Come on there. And so, go back. Don't come in here. I'm making a video. Go back. Get down.
Mom, I'm too tired.
Well, if you tired, go in there and take you a nap.
No.
We finna go get supper in a minute. Get down. That's one of the twins there. What, baby?
I got that.
We'll go in the house. I'll be in there in a minute. But anyway,
I want water.
I'm coming in the house.
Yeah.
Just drunk my soda. But anyway, so I have to be in acceptance with it. I hated to leave under the circumstances that I was leaving in, because that was not my intentions. You know what I mean? So, but sometimes it's just you have to close a chapter a little bit earlier. And I have to be okay with that, and I have to be at peace with that, because I have to understand that God is the author of my story, you know. And I may be a participant in my story, in this story, but God is the author. God writes the book. God writes the narrative. God is the narrative. And I have to be okay with that. I have to accept that, and I have to be at peace with that. And it means getting out of God's way. But he's never closed one chapter or one door in my life before he's opened up another. And that's just something I know. That's just something I have seen, I have bear witness to, and something I know. But the next chapter in my life, he's definitely elevated me. He's definitely put me in a position to prosper, to have that opportunity to prosper and to elevate me. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And I'm thankful for everybody that has helped me on my current assignment, because they have worked with me. Because during my current assignment was the assignment that I proceeded to embark on the journey of divorce, you know, and I became a single parent, and, you know, it hasn't been an easy process, but my manager and my co-workers, they have worked with me. They have worked with me. They have done everything they could do for me. And, you know, it saddens me that, you know, I have to depart in this way, but it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. I just wanted to share that with you all today, that sometimes when you start having kids and you become a mother, it's okay to have to reevaluate your situation. It's okay to have to reevaluate your life, because I have to do what fits around them. I have to work around them. I have to be a mother around them. I have to be okay and be put together for them. They can't defend for themselves. They can't fight for themselves. They can't live this life for themselves. They depend on me. You know, so, and I want to be able to say I did everything in my power to do what was right for my kids. I made decisions that were right for my kids. I made, you know, I have to be able to say that. I have to navigate this life to fit them, to do what works best for them. I have to do that, because nobody else is going to do it. But so that's just a video I wanted to share with you all, primarily on motherhood and navigating being a working mom. Navigating being a working mom, because it's not easy. As you see now, I'm trying to make a video, and one of the kids want to be disruptive just because I'm making a video. Don't want nothing, don't need nothing. The life of being a mother, a single mother of 4 babies, 4 toddlers. Anyway, so I hope y'all enjoyed this part of the video, because I'm probably gonna tag another video along with this one to make a whole video. But I like to come up here and just share my life, share my story, moments of how I'm feeling in my life. You all will get a lot of that, like where I'm just feeling a certain type of way, or I got something that's heavy on my heart, and I'll pick this video, I'll pick this camera up, this phone up, and just start recording. But I do want to say that I want to get me a GoPro. I want to get me a GoPro because it's a lot of times where this phone cannot record a lot of stuff that I want to record, because it runs out of space, it runs out of room. So I want to get me a GoPro, which I may do Tuesday. I may order me a GoPro Tuesday or Wednesday, and when it gets here, I will be able to record a lot more content and record a lot more things for you all, and put a lot more content out, because this phone, it just doesn't hold a lot of storage space. So it's a lot of stuff. I have to delete a lot of my memories. I have to delete a lot of my videos, because I have to make room for new videos, and I don't like deleting a lot of my memories, you know. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all enjoy the rest of you all's day. I'm gonna try to get this video out to you all tonight. That's what I'm gonna try to do. But you all subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 50 subscribers. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for almost reaching 50. That lets me know that I'm touching somebody. I'm engaging with somebody. Somebody's liking the content. So y'all just hit that subscribe button. And we're almost at 50 subscribers. And I thank God, and I'm grateful, and I'm blessed just to have that. You know, greatness doesn't happen overnight. It just doesn't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight. But you all have a good day.